Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Vikram. In this class, we'll try to understand how micro instructions are stored in the control memory. So that we will try to understand, and also we'll try to understand how the instructions will get executed by using the micro programmed control unit on our computer. That also we'll try to understand in this class. And this class is very important class because the dots that we have created in our previous videos, like so this one, so F1, F2, control word part of the micro programmed instruction, so micro instruction, and the status bit part of the micro instruction, all these concepts we are going to combine, and we are going to understand this concept by using an example. Before taking the example, we will try to understand how the values, how the micro instructions will get stored onto the control memory. So that we will try to understand. Here we are having 4 instructions. So all these 4 instructions we have covered in our previous video. So there we have said that we are out of 16 instructions, we are taking 4 instructions. One is add, branch, next one is branch, store and exchange. And apart from that, for every instruction we have to fetch and we have to find the effective address. So starting from the 0th address, we are going to store the 4 instructions. So every instruction is going to have 4 address values, and this concept we have discussed in our previous video, where we have discussed about instruction mapping. So instruction mapping we have discussed in our previous video. There we have said that every instruction is provided with 4 address values. If the micro instructions of the micro program are more than the 4 address values, that will get stored in the other part of the memory. So for every instruction a minimum of 4 will get provided, and for this also 4, for this also 4, and for this also 4. And starting from 0 to 3, it is the micro instructions or for the micro program or the instruction add, and from 5 to 7 it is for branch, and 8 to 11 it is for store, and 12 to 15 it is for exchange. So these are the micro instructions in binary, and the address value 0 1 2 3 0 1 2 3 in the binary, and this is what we call it as micro instruction. In this micro instruction, F1, F2, F3, as we have discussed, they are going to represent the binary values in F1 group, F2 group, and F3 group. So this discussion has already been made in our previous videos. And CD values, some CD values and BR values are there, status bit values, and this is the next address value. So this is how the micro programmed control memory will get arranged. So this is the micro programmed control units control memory. Okay, and apart from that, we are having our main memory, and our aim is to introduce. So now, taking the example, we are going to understand how this add operation will be done. So how this add operation will be done, that we will try to understand. So this add instruction is stored in the main memory, and this instruction has to be fetched, and this effective address has to be identified. The value stored in this, we have to find the effective address if it is an indirect address mode. So if it is direct address mode, the effective address is directly present. Because it is indirect address mode, we have to go to this 300 address, where we are going to get the effective address. Okay, so there in the effective address we are having the value 3. So what we are trying to do is we are going to add 2 plus 3. As we have already discussed our basic computer, in order to add any 2 values on the basic computers, we are under the assumption that, so this discussion has already been made in our previous section, we are under the assumption that one of the operands value is already there in the accumulator. So assume that the accumulator is provided with value 2. Value 2 is already there in the accumulator, and we are going to add this 3 with 2 which will get stored onto the data register. So the system is just now switched on, so we are going to go with the basic value, so basic understanding. So just the system is switched on. Whenever we switch on the system, what happens is the first instruction address will get stored onto the program counter. So the program counter is now filled with 200, and this is control address register. The control address register value is stored with the first address of the fetch instruction. This is fetch instruction. So what we have to do, so the instructions, first we have to fetch the instructions. So to fetch the instruction, the first micro instruction address of the fetch has to be transferred onto the control address register. Whenever we switch on the computer, these are the basic things that will happen. So the program counter is stored with the first instructions address, which is 200 in our case, and it is 64 which is the fetch instructions first micro address. Fetch instructions, fetch programs, micro programs, first micro instruction, which is 64, will get stored onto the control address register. Now what we have to do, we have to execute this control word micro instruction. So in this micro instruction, these are the control words. So these three are the control word part, and this is status bit part, and this is address part. Okay, so now what we are having, so what we have discussed, the control word part will get executed in parallel. Based upon the status bits, the next address will get stored onto the control register. Okay, so now what this F1 group instruction micro operation is stating, 110 means this instruction has to be executed. So what this instruction, program counter value will get stored onto the address register. So what is the program counter value? It is 200, will get stored onto the address register. So the remaining are 00 means none. No operation has to be done. And based upon the status bits, what are the status bits? 00 and 00. The condition, so what this 00 is, 00 means this one, 01, 10, 11, 00 is always 1. So the condition bit is going to be 1. The condition bit is 1, and the branch bit is 00. So the branch bit is 00 means jump we have to do. What we have to do? Control address register value has to be stored. Address part of the instruction, micro instruction, has to be stored onto the control address register. So it is this is the address. In decimal it is 65. See here, in decimal it is, in binary this is the value, means next address. In decimal it is 65. Now the control address register is stored with 65, and what happened, the address register value is filled with 200. Okay, so now the next instruction, micro instruction to be executed is this one, because this 65 is there in the control address register. Again, so the control words, so these are the control words, and this is the status part and address part. Control words are 100, F2, this is F2, 100. 100 means address register value. Based upon the address register value, we have to go to the memory and we have to fetch that value which is stored. So this is main memory. Based upon this address register value, which is 200, this instruction has to be fetched onto the data register. This is 100 in F2. This one has to be executed. So this instruction will be fetched onto the data register. 1 add, and this address part is 300, and this one 101, what this 101 states in F3, 101 in F3, it is program counter has to be incremented. So the program counter has been incremented to 201. Okay, so now the next is status bit part. So what the status bit part? 0 0 0 0. So 0 0 means always 1, condition is 1, and this 0 0 jump condition is 1 means address value has to be transferred onto control address register. So what this address value? The address value is 66. See here, this is the address. 66 has to be transferred onto control address register. So the control address register is having 66. So what this 66 consists of? So the control word is F1 is 101 and remaining all are zeros. So F1 is 101. This is what? So the data registers 0 to 10 values. So which is representing data register 0 to 10 means this part 300 has to be transferred onto address register. So this address register value is now stored with 300. Okay, so this is how. Okay, so this has to be done. And the next one is status bits. Status bits are 1 1 0 0. This is always 1. 0 0 means always 1, and 1 1 means it is mapping. So mapping concept we have discussed in our previous video. So what the mapping has to be done? 1 1 means, so just the data register code. So what the data register consists of, the opcode is 0 0 0 0. What is the opcode? It is for add, it is 0 0 0 0, and for this what we have to do, how the mapping has to be done? So the mapping is the 11th bit to 14th bit in the data register. So this is 11 to 14, this is 15, and this is 10 to 0. Okay, so now 11 to 14 bits are to be transferred onto control address register, which is just take 4 bits, and this CAR control address registers 2 to 4 has to be done like this, and 0 1 6 has to be done with zeros. So this discussion we have already made, how the mapping is done in our previous video. So the entire control address register is stored with 0. The fetching has been done. Now whenever we have fetched the instruction from the main memory, we have to find the address for that micro program. The address for the micro program add is 00. So the mapping is filled with, the control address register is filled with 00. Means this is the location where the first instruction, micro instruction of the add micro program is present. So this is what we call it as mapping. Okay, so now this control micro instruction will get transferred into the control data register, and the control word part is 00. None of the operation has to be done, and the next one is 0101. CD is 01. CD is 01 means indirect address bit. So what the data register consists of with in the indirect address bit, it is 1. So it will get transferred on to the output because we have selected 01. Okay, and 01. BR is 01. BR is 01 means call. So what this call is, if indirect bit is 1, if indirect address mode bit is 1, which means it is indirect address mode, which means that in the process of executing a micro program, there is a need for us to transfer to some other program's execution. This is what we call it as a subroutine. Subroutine means function call. See here, call. Call means function call has to be done. Whenever a function call is made, our execution is, this is the instruction we are executing. So here the function call is made, which is stating the address. So what this address is stating? 67. See here, this address and that address is same. So this is 67. So we have to jump from here. We are going to call this function call indirect means to find the effective address, and after the execution of these two micro instructions, we have to go back and execute this one, isn't it or not? Whenever a function call is made, whenever we are executing a program, if a function call is made, we have to go to that location and we have to execute that function, and after the execution of the function we have to come back and execute our next instruction. This is how the computer works, right? So in order to make that happen, we are having a separate register called a subroutine register. This is what we call it as subroutine register. In our microprogrammed control unit, we are having control memory, control address register and subroutine register. So what this subroutine register is filled with is, whenever an instruction, whenever a function call is made, see here 0101, because 01 is having an indirect address mode, so the condition bit is 1, and it is 01, so this line of code will get executed. If condition is 1, address register, address value, so what this address value consists of, this is 67, so this 67 will get stored in control address register. Now the control address register is filled with 67. Okay, so now apart from that, what is the other condition we have to, micro operation we have to do? It is control address register value plus 1. So previously we are having 000, so both are executing simultaneously. See here, so we are having 000, control address register plus 1 means 1, that 1 will get stored onto SBR. So the subroutine register is having 1. Why it is stored with 1 is, after completion of execution of this function, we have to come back to one memory location, micro instruction location, so that we are going to continue the add operation. In the process of adding something, we are calling a function. That function call, after completing the execution of the function, we have to come back. Where we have to come back? We have to come back to this location. So that is getting stored in subroutine register. Okay, so with this, where we are, so now the 67 is there in the control address register. So what this 67 consists of? See here, these are the control words. In this only F2 is there, it is 100. F2 100 means the address register value. So the address register value consists of 300. In the 300 location, memory location, the value has to be transferred onto data register. So the data register, now previously it is filled with instruction, now it has to be filled with 400 value, because this memory location is having a 400. See how the effective address is identified, visualize with your computer. Okay, so now the status bits are 0000. 00 means always 1, and this is the address value. The address value has to be transferred onto control address register. So what this address value is? This address value is next address, which is 68. Now 67 has to be stored with 68. So now this control micro instruction will get transferred onto data register. Now this one will get executed. So what is the function that we have to do? It is only F1. In F1 we have to execute 101. So what this 101, the 10 bits of data register, 10 bits of data register means 400's binary value will be within 10 bits. So all these 10 bits has to be transferred onto address register. So now the address register consists of 400. See how step by step the things are getting executed. And here the status bits are 1000. BR is 10 means this one, 00 condition means it is always 1. So the condition is 1 and the BR is 10 irrespective of the condition. Whatever the condition is, it may be 0 or it may be 1. So what this statement is going to do is, SBR values has to be transferred onto CAR, because we are ending this function, call. We have to go back to 00001. So this memory address we have to go. For that, this SBR value is getting stored. So now 68 will be overwritten with 1. The value in the SBR is 1. It is now stored onto the control address register. Now what we have to do? So we are on this statement one with the control address register. Now the control word is having only F2 and remaining all are zeros. So the F2 is stored with 100. 100 means data address register value has to be stored onto 100. Data address register value has to be stored onto accumulator. So sorry, so this is F1, we have to see for F2. So memory address register value is 400. So the value that is stored in the 400 location, so this is 400 location, this has to be transferred onto data register value. So now this 400 value previously will get stored with 3. The data register value is 3 and the accumulator value is 2. Okay, and based upon the status bits, 000 means the address part has to be transferred onto control address register. So the address part is this one, 2. Now the address part is stored with control address register is stored with 2. Now this micro operation, this one has to be executed F1 and remaining both of them F2 and F3 are none operation. So this one, this is what accumulator is equal to accumulator plus data register. So accumulator plus data register. So 2 plus 3, which is 5, again will get stored in accumulator. So the accumulator is stored with the sum value of 2 plus 3. Okay, so this is how the accumulator is getting filled with 5, and the next operation is so the status bit is 0000. 00 condition means always 1, and BR is 00 means it is jump, where we have to jump because it is the end of the instruction. Because it is end of the instruction, we are moving to fetch. See here, we are moving to fetch because we have to execute our next instruction, which is stored in 201. So in order to execute this instruction, we are again moving on to fetch. Again the process will repeat. So this is how the microprogrammed control unit will get executed. So what are the benefits that we are going to get with this kind of microprogrammed instructions control unit is, if some of the instructions are to be added, so based upon these micro operations, some more instructions can be added. So the microprogrammed control unit size will get increased, and the new modifications can be made with this microprogrammed control unit, which is not possible with hardwired control unit. In order to change the micro operations, in order to improve update the computer's control unit by using the hardwired, it is not possible. The entire hardware has to be changed, which is very complex to be done. So but with the microprogrammed control unit, we can change this control memory control memory, and we can update the processing ability of the computer. Hope you got the clarity on this concept, and our suggestion is please watch this video as many times as possible until you get the clarity. Hope you got the clarity. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. And if you have any doubts regarding these concepts, please post your doubts in the comment section below. And if you feel that this video is helpful to you, please give us a like symbol, and please share this video with your friends so that they will also get benefited. Thanks for watching.